I have to come clean. The Wii U is the best console currently on the market this generation, in the eighth generation of video games. I have to come clean. It is the best. I have just played not only Bayonetta 2, which is amazing. I still don't like the Bayonetta character, but she's not as corny as she was in the first game for some reason. She's a lot more badass so far from what I played than she was in the first game. And but that's not the only game I played for the Wii U. I've also played new Super Mario Brothers Wii U, the new the 2D Super Mario Brothers game for the Wii U. That game is amazing. That game brought me back to Super Mario World for the SNES. That game was that is a 2D platformer right there. That is a game. That is a fucking game. On top of all that, the Wii U is backwards compatible with the Wii, which means I can play Mad World, I can play Tatsunoko versus Capcom on it. That means I can play Brawl on it, which if I decided to get a Wii U, which I can't get right now because I told you I gotta save up for my car. I'm trying to look for insurance right now, and looking for car insurance in New York is a bitch because they are overpriced as fuck. Anyone who lives in New York, you know damn well car insurance is over fucking priced as fuck. So it's I'm really like looking hard for car insurance right now. I'm trying to get some better quotes than what I'm getting right now. But basically, if I was to get an eighth generation console, it would be the Wii U. This system is amazing. It it's brilliant. It's absolutely brilliant. Both controllers. I played with the tablet and the Pro controller at a relative's house, and this thing is fantastic. The size of this is what I miss small consoles. I do miss small consoles. I really do wish that Sony and Microsoft would have launched some smaller video game consoles. The PS4 ain't too bad. It's not as big as the Xbox One, but hell, my PS3 fat, my fat PS3, which I love it. I love my PS3, but I am just why do video game consoles have to be so damn big? Is this is very this is what I want. This I want a small console. It's very it's this is what I want right here. This is the type of console I want. I want a small console. I don't want a big console. I don't want a huge console like the Xbox One with a power brick or a fucking huge ass. Just I'm sick of big consoles. I want smaller consoles. I miss the days of the Genesis and the SNES and the N64 and the Dreamcast and even my PS2 Slim, where consoles were fucking small. They weren't big, they weren't gigantic. They didn't take up so much space and energy and power. I long for the days like that. Even though I do want a powerful system, I want good graphics. Don't get me wrong, I'm not a graphics whore, but I do want good graphics. And the Wii U's graphics are superb. They may not be as good as the PC Master Race or the PS4 or the Xbox One, but they are excellent for what they are. I mean, we're definitely talking about graphics that are just as good, if not better, than the 360 and the PS3. Which, in my opinion, graphics like that, to me, I could care less about graphics now. It's not like back in the PS1 era or the N64 or even like the Dreamcast and the PS2 where I wanted better graphics because we were still in an era of gaming where shit looked too blocky and too pixelated, and I wanted smoother textures. I wanted, more realistic. I wanted better graphics. We're already at that. We were at that with the 360 and the PS3. We're already there. So to me, graphics aren't even a big deal to me anymore. I don't care about graphics. To me, the games are more important at this moment. Graphics don't mean shit to me right now because all the systems are going to have great graphics. I mean, yeah, the PC is obviously going to have the best because it's the master race. Ooh. But who gives a shit? It's like, I don't care because I know that the graphics for the the Xbox One, the PS4, and the Wii U are going to look great regardless because, we're already surpassed an era of blocky edges. We're already in high definition. Whether it's 60 frames per second or even 30 frames per second, which I do prefer 60 frames per second. I do. I'm not really fond of 30 frames. I don't like slowdown in my games. But it's just, at the same time, the textures, the resolution, everything is good now. Everything is already at that point. Even on the original Wii, the graphics look great because they were the same graphics as a GameCube pretty much. So, I mean, it wasn't like graphics were like a big deal to me anymore. Like, once the seventh generation hit, graphics just stopped being a big deal to me because it was like, dude, the graphics are going to look great anyway. I mean, this ain't the PlayStation 1. This ain't like those shitty pixelated 32-bit graphics. We're not playing Minecraft here. We're not playing, early Sega Saturn games or early N64 games where stuff could be a little jagged and stuff like that. No, we're way past high definition already. We're already at that point where games are gonna look great regardless. It doesn't matter, unless a developer is really lazy and doesn't do shit with the tools that they're working with, the development kits, and they just really fuck up and make shitty, ugly looking games. But I mean, games are gonna look great regardless. I mean, everything from Call of Duty, from Mario to Bayonetta 2, everything's gonna look great this gen. Doesn't matter. We're already at that point. Why are you whining about graphics? Seriously, stop being a bunch of faggots who are jealous of the PC master race. Oh my god, we gotta have better graphics than PC. We're never gonna get better graphics than the PC. It's always gonna upgrade. And who cares? The PC sucks. Have you played PC gaming lately? It has a whole bunch of shitty RTS games. The only thing PC has going for it is Steam and emulators. That's it. If it wasn't for Steam or emulators, the PC would be a joke. PC gaming would be a joke. So who cares? Like, literally, man. And plus, who the hell wants to go through all that work just to build a PC? Just to build a gaming rig when you could buy a fucking console for the same price? Hook it up to your TV and be done. It's easy, simple, and it's better. Period. I don't want to hear any other opinions out there. It's better. Period. We're done. This ain't a debate. All right? If it's simple, that means it's better. All right? So shut the fuck up. Nobody feels like, unless you're a fucking loser and a nerd and a fucking faggot, nobody feels like looking around for PC parts just to build a gaming rig. Just so, and most of you motherfuckers that have that PC game, unless you're like Black Bond or something like that, you motherfuckers don't even have the best graphics. You don't have your shit on max settings. So get the fuck out of here. I'm like, you motherfuckers. Like, I remember I used to um hang out with this kid, and he wasn't a kid, he was a grown, but he was a cool guy, but he was always bragging about the PC, and he was just like, oh my god, PC gaming is the best. PC will always have better graphics than consoles and stuff. And I was just like, all right, whatever. You ain't got no games. All you played is Call of Duty. That's it. Which we can get on the consoles. What do you have? Do you have Smash Brothers on the PC? Do you have Mortal Kombat? Do you have any fighting games? Any good wrestling games on the PC? No. All right. Well he could emulate No Mercy if he wanted to, but still, it doesn't matter. Like it's like, who gives a shit? The PC sucks. I mean, Steam is the only saving grace of the PC game. I'm not even gonna talk about PC gaming. I'm done with that. I'm just sick of these assholes these retarded faggots that keep talking about PC gaming. And I'm so done with that. It's just like, get out of here. Fucking losers, faggots. Ugh, ugh. Man, but the Wii U is amazing. I didn't believe this is the best Nintendo home console I've played since the N64. This is this is the best. This this right here is what I want. I'm looking forward to Mario Kart 8. That looks amazing. That looks amazing. Even though Double Dash will always be my favorite Mario Kart, but Mario Kart 8 could replace that. I don't know. I have to play it. It looks amazing. Bayonetta 2, Super Smash Brothers, Wii U, man. 8 players? Up to 8 players in the game. You have up to 8 players for the first time in Super Smash Brothers. Locally too. This isn't online. No, locally. If you have like well, you're probably not going to get another tablet controller. I don't know if Nintendo sells it or not. But if you get like the Wii U Pro controller or the GameCube attachment that you hook up to the Wii U, that's 8 players. 8 fucking players. And they brought back a lot of the cool features from Brawl. You could like customize your own arenas and stuff. That is sick. And the roster, the Mewtwo, Charizard, Sonic, Mega Man, Marth, Samus, all these cool. Oh my, the rosters. Oh, Nintendo just. Oh man, they just took a dump. They took a mega dump on the shit station 4 and the shit box, man. The piece of shit 4. These consoles need to catch up. I'm not. This is serious. Nintendo's not fucking around anymore, man. They're releasing games like they have better features and stuff, man. This is serious business. You know, they're not fucking around anymore, man. Sony and Microsoft need to get serious. Microsoft is at least trying to get serious with the Master Chief Collection, Halo Master Chief Collection, and Sunset Overdrive and stuff like that. But Sony, what the fuck is wrong with you? They need to get their head out of their ass. The PS4 is complete garbage shit right now. Has nothing, absolutely nothing. The only thing, like I don't even know if I'll get a PS4 and Xbox One unless Mortal Kombat X is just so good next gen, which I could just get Mortal Kombat X on my PS3. You know, but because it looks sick. And, you know, it's pissing me off that it's not going to be available for the Wii U. But, you know, because the Wii U Pro controller has a sick D-pad. The D-pad for the Wii U Pro controller, and even the tablet controller is great. The D-pad for the Pro is good. It's a good D-pad. It's a great D-pad. So that it's really good for fighting games. You know, this is the best Nintendo console I've played since the N64. So far, you know, hopefully it can get more games, you know, because I like the GameCube. The Wii sucked, in my opinion. The original Wii, it was a massive disappointment. But this thing is just a excellent system. And if Nintendo if they make sure that Bayonetta 2 stays exclusive to the Wii U, yeah. Yeah, unlike Resident Evil 4, they need to make sure that Bayonetta 2 stays exclusive to the Wii U. You know, but this thing is amazing. I'm definitely getting it in white too. That's another thing. The picture you see here is a white Wii U. I'm getting it in white. I don't care if I have to get the 8 GB version. I'll just upgrade the hard drive. But yeah, I'm getting the white one because I'm sick of black consoles. I do not want the 32 Deluxe. I am sick of black consoles. I want the white one. The white one looks better. It looks way better. I don't care. I don't care what you people say. The white Wii U looks way better. But man, playing the new Super Mario Brothers Wii U, that thing was just some good. That that was real good. It was holy shit, man. Fuck, because I played it once at GameStop and I was like, wow, this is really cool. It brings me back to to the to the Super NES days. But did this, man? Oh man, this is just. If I decide to buy an 8th gen, I'm getting Super Mario Brothers Wii U. I'm getting Mario Kart 8. I'm getting Smash Brothers Wii U, and I'm getting Bayonetta 2. Those are my 4 games I'm getting. I'm also gonna get Tatsunoko versus Capcom and Mad World, so I could play in backwards compatibility on the Wii U. You know, but this is just this Nintendo. This is the best Nintendo console since the N64, in my opinion. Some people would argue the GameCube because I know a lot of people who are teens now and in early adulthood now, they grew up with the GameCube, and the GameCube was a great console, no doubt. But to me, it was Super NES and N64. Those were like the Nintendo consoles of the 90s, and those were like what I grew up with. Those were just excellent consoles. And when the GameCube came out, it was a great system, had some cool games, but I didn't get that feel. I didn't. There was something missing with the GameCube that I can't describe. It had cool games. It had some really sick games, but there was something missing about the GameCube. There was something missing that the Wii U has that the GameCube didn't have, but the N64 had it, the Super NES had it, you know, and I would say the NES, but I didn't grow up with the NES like that. I have played a few NES games, and they're actually really good. It was a great system for the 80s, I have a lot of respect for the NES, because if it wasn't for that system, console gaming in general in America would probably not even exist today. So I do have a lot of respect for the NES. But to me, it's all about Super NES and N64. Those are my favorite Nintendo home consoles, and I might have to add this one to the list because the games for this thing are just this is what gaming is all about. God damn it! And after looking at gameplay trailers for that new Donkey Kong game, I was like, "Holy no! This this nothing to me. Nothing is gonna beat the Donkey Kong Country games for the SNES. Nothing ever did. Donkey Kong 64 was nothing compared to Donkey Kong Country. Um, but that game looks actually pretty cool. The Donkey Kong game for the Wii U, that actually looks pretty damn cool. Um, I really do want to play Sonic Lost World too. I really do. I really do. I love No Homo. I love Roger Craig Smith as Sonic. I think he's a great Sonic. I know the game isn't going to focus on speed like other Sonic games do, but it actually looks like a pretty cool platformer. It really does. I really do want to play it. And the games for the Wii U, man, it's just it's like I, it's just so much better than what Sony and Microsoft are offering, man. This just goes back to, and even I will admit, I love the PS2 more than the GameCube. I love the PS3 more than the Wii. But, when Nintendo is at its best, there's just nothing that can compete with Nintendo when they're at their best. Or even Sega when they're at their best. Sega and Nintendo, when they're at their best, there's just nothing that can fuck with them. Nothing. Absolutely nothing. They are what gaming is. I'm old school. Sega and Nintendo are the it in gaming. That's what gaming is. That is gaming. To me, there is everything else is just an imitation or a wannabe. It's not authentic. Sega and Nintendo, they're all. I love the PS2. The PS2 is probably my favorite console ever. I would argue it is my favorite just because, but the thing is, aside from God of War, I do not care about Sony exclusives. The best for the my favorite games for the PS2 are games made by Capcom, Konami. Those are the types of games I want to play. Devil May Cry 3 Special Edition, Dante's Awakening is amazing, and Bayonetta 2 is just I wouldn't say it's better than Devil May Cry 3 because I'm biased. I'll admit I'm biased. Dante is a way cooler character than Bayonetta is and will ever be. But the gameplay in Bayonetta 2 is just absolutely superb. It's like if you really hate a girl, you don't like a girl, she's a skank, she's a bitch, but she just gives you unbelievable head. Like she just gives you an unbelievable blowjob. She just that is just unparalleled, and you just walk out of there just feeling like, wow, oh my god, oh my god. That's what Bayonetta 2 is. It's that. It's just you you can try to hate it all you want, but at the end of the day, it's damn well it's the best. It's like watching a crazy ass porno that's just so you go back to it. You have it's a guilty. You can't help it. It's the best. You just have to admit that it's the best, and you can't say another word. It's the best. You have to admit it. You have to come clean and admit it that it is the best. That is what Bayonetta 2 is. It's just it's it's like getting a blowjob from a chick that you don't like. She's a skank, and then finding it's like like how I felt with the PS2. Yeah, I didn't like the PS1. Thought it was a piece of shit. Hated it. Thought it was gay. PS2 was just a absolutely extraordinary video game console with extraordinary games. That's Bayonetta. That's what the Wii U did. The Wii U did something. Oh man, it's just you have to buy it. Personally, if I save up enough money, or if I decide to get an eighth generation video game console, I'm buying a Wii U. I'm definitely buying one. This is a game console right here. This sexy white console. This just sweet. This slide in the disc. It, it's the Pro controller is the Pro controller. It is so good. The Wii U is just amazing. You just have to admit it. You have to just come clean and admit it. You have to stop being a fanboy. You have to stop being a fucking faggot. You just have to come clean and admit that the Wii U is an amazing console. It is so underrated. It's unbelievable how underrated this console is. I definitely recommend buying it. I myself can't buy it right now because I don't have the money. I have other priorities and stuff. But if I was buying an eighth generation video game console, I would buy the Wii U. This thing is extraordinary. And if you are a true gamer, you need to buy this console. You owe it to yourself to buy this console. I don't know why the fuck the PS4 is selling like it is. It is an overrated piece of shit. This system should be outselling the PS4. The PS3 should have outsold the Wii. But the Wii U should be outselling the PS4. That's how I feel. That's how I damn well feel. Because the PS3 was way better than the Wii last gen. Way, way better. And I'm going to do a video comparing the PS3 and the N64. And that's going to be coming up. I don't know if I'm going to upload it tonight. I might upload it on a later date. But look out for that video. Because I really do want to compare the PS3 and the Nintendo 64. Because those consoles have a lot of similarities. But as far as this video is concerned, you just need to get a Wii U. Just gotta get the Wii U, man. The Wii U is amazing. I really just wish that it had more third-party support. I really hope a lot more developers start making games for the Wii U. From Capcom to Konami to, obviously Activision, everybody else. I care less if EA makes any Wii U games. I could care less, honestly. The only game I care about from EA is Dead Space, and I'm just like so Right now, I just don't really feel like survival horror anymore. I'm kind of sick of it at the moment. I mean, I do want to play The Evil Within, but I just don't give a shit about survival horror games right now. They have, because the thing is, survival horror games have like the weakest replay value ever. They have the weakest replay value. Like once you beat a game like Resident Evil or Dead Space, you never go back to it. Never. Unless you have multiplayer or something like that. There's no reason to go back to it. None. It's like you already know the scares. You already know what's gonna jump out at you and shit like that. It's like why play it again? It's pointless. Unless you're really bored. Like Resident Evil 4 and Doom 3 are like the only games I ever like replayed that were survival horror games. And I love Resident Evil 4. Resident Evil 4 was just that addictive, man. It was that good. But other than that, I don't give a shit about replaying like survival horror games. There's no point. You know, I could see myself replaying Bayonetta 2 over again. I could see myself replaying everything else. Mario Kart, Super Smash Brothers, obviously, especially with the multiplayer in Smash Brothers Wii U and the character, the roster. I could see myself going back and playing new Super Mario Brothers Wii U. That game is just awesome. It's like it brought me back to like the SNES Mario games, like Mario All Stars and Super Mario World for the SNES. Man, it was great. You know, so I mean that's just my opinion on that, man. You know, get the Wii U if you're getting the next generation console, an 8th gen console. Get the Wii U. All right, that's all I got to say. I'm out. Later.